Hi everyone, Brian McManus Real Estate, and here we are, Majors Creek Hotel, and we're doing an updated video because with these public, they've renovated the honeymoon suite, as I've been corrected, the manager's quarters, I suppose. So that's been done, and also video, the roof obviously has been done as well. So but they've kept the old bull nose on the veranda. That was a call between and the owner, because you can't get that shape anymore, and it's in okay condition, so they kept it. Easy to replace if somebody wanted to, but you'd lose that little bit of character. So, Major Creek Hotel. Actually, I'll go over while I'm outside. There have been a couple of developments and a little bit of confusion between some of the local buyers and Sydney buyers. And so everybody's on the same page. We're going to look at the overall package. So prior to 2006, the parcels of land, this parcel, which is number 2, this 2 Selwyn, Seymour, sorry, 2 Seymour Street, 1 Seymour Street, which is the vacant block of land and is sort of the entertainment area. That's where everybody goes out and has lunch during the day, and pig racing, wood chopping, all that sort of stuff. And then there was this block here as well that belonged to the hotel. That's prior to 2006. I think the sale was about April. So what happened is that publican cut it off, and now since 2006 it's just been these 2 blocks over here. But that is, they can't actually develop it. So it was a very strange transaction that they kept that. Can't build on it under the building code currently. So there's an old thing there, old truck, but that's about it. So dealing with, you'll have to look at the contracts, but about 1,900 square metres of pub and vacant land. That's what you're buying. So we've overcome that. A little bit of conjecture, I suppose. It really wasn't for us, the people that had prior to 2006, but for some of the locals, they sort of assumed it was still part of the parcel land, which it's not. Right, moving on up. So the veranda is this is the focal point. Richie used to just sit outside the door here. This was his spot, and the locals made him welcome. And I've been here evenings, I've been here at lunchtime when that is packed. I've been here when the band's been playing over there, and it's they're dancing on the grass. So it does happen, and happens very regularly. There's a murder mystery going this weekend. There's always something happening weekend, no, just about every weekend. There's a murder mystery, and it's already half sold out. So at $60 a head. So that's yeah, pretty amazing sort of stuff. We're going to go in, then we'll go out the back. We'll go past the accommodation. We'll go in, dining room, kitchen, come back round, have a look at that manager's quarters. If you put a manager in, they can stay on site. Then we'll go up the back, have a look at the old cottage from the back and the accommodation, caravan sites, and then into the carriage, and then we'll be done. So let's move on through. So we're moving into the bar area. Let's that instead of me. Pool room, jukebox, it goes really well. bar area is really easy. Great bar set up for 2 people, and you can just work your clientele down. And also you're taking all of your restaurant bookings. Hello there, Ali. Right here. So this is really the hub of the till and everything. Doing your orders. Your kitchen straight down the back here. So food's coming straight out, straight to your bar or into the 2 dining rooms. This is really good because the groups will book out. Family groups, anyone staying in the carriage and the accommodation. There's just vintage car club, motorbike clubs, cyclists coming through from Canberra, off-road motorbikes. It's just endless, the amount of groups that come through. It's just amazing how many. And they book out. The other thing that happens, which is I witnessed firsthand, was people coming for lunch, staying for dinner. Now there were no incentives for them to do it other than the kids were having a great time out over there while they're having a wine and a beer, and they just stayed for dinner. It's just so easy. So it'd be an interesting statistic to see. I reckon it'd be 40%. So we've just walked through the dining, now into the kitchen. This kitchen works amazingly well. Prep area, salads, toasters, microwaves, hot plate, fryer, and your combi oven, going round to your wet area and your dishwasher. This is all really, really good. It's a Hobart. So $250,000 spent on upgrading the kitchen. You can see the floor is as per regs. The other thing that's really important is your walk-in. Cool room, walk-in, freezer, everything named, dates, perfect. And you can see that we've got dries, just flows really well. And they're doing, 150 to 200 in a sitting quite easily, which is really good. So we've gone through, it's kind of like a U shape. The dining flows into the kitchen, and basically it's kind of an in and out. So you'll see the walkway straight through, meals made, goes straight through to the front and either into the dining room or the dining out in the pub as well. So here's our manager's quarters. Now we've got new carpet, and this used to be the honeymoon suite. I had a local lady tell me that that's got married here, and this is where they stayed. A few things still to be done. This is the ensuite. They're just replacing a toilet, I think, in there. Walk-in robe. Just a lovely little area. And your manager staying on site. It's perfect. And even for if you're the manager and you're staying local, you could have staff there. It's pretty good. Right, we're walking down that back passageway. That's where your kegs come in. It's off to the left. So this is the back passageway. You've got just the basic. Buy your coffee machine. It's all automatic, very simple. You can't really stuff coffee up there. You've got your beans and everything. So it's probably an area that you could, if you wanted to do gotta look at this. fire's going already. It's not bad. It's 10, 12 degrees out here at the moment. So although I look like I'm all rugged up, not so rugged up. It's probably not that much colder than it was in Sydney. So we're going to go through now to the accommodation. So we're coming out of the bar area into the accommodation, the post office, which is a great little money spinner, year on, year out, year in, year out. These are the rooms that stock standard pub rooms. I think it's about $50 a night. Room for improvement? Yeah, there is. There's little upgrades you could do to get it up to that $100 a night, 80 to 100. This is just a stock room. That was an old bedroom. Then we come down to the ablution area, and there's just the one shower and toilet open. There is another one there if you needed, but with only a few rooms, you only really need one. So now we're going out to the outdoor area, which is, I'm going to call it east. I've probably got it wrong. You'll see the covered area. You get 2 trucks in there, end for end, just for recycling. Out here was in the 70s, a beer garden. So you can see the old sign there. So that's an old beer garden. What could you do with it? That would be the question. Like a little, if you put a canvas up and a sort of a little function area outside. The thing is, you've got an awesome veranda, and then you've got all that outdoor area across the road. So I'm not too sure what you do. Anyway, we're walking up to the railway carriage and the caravan parks. So this is an area that is underutilised, which is the old cottage. On the back end, they put the laundry and outdoor showers for the for the carriage and the caravan. So this is caravan site 1 right here. So you can just see the markings. So you just back in, got your power over there. I'm pointing and not showing. And this one here is caravan park 2. And once again, you've got your power there. So 2 sites. I'd have to ask. I'm thinking it was $30 a night for some reason. But I stand to be corrected, and certainly talk to the publican about that. Going up into the carriage, this is the old mail car. Where I come from, it's called a goods van. So the middle is a little kitchen. I love this. Richie and I stayed in here a few nights, and it's fantastic. This is the right wing. So 1 single there, another single here, and a double. Really warm. So we were here on a really quite a cold evening. We had that little heater on, and I had to turn it off. So had to turn it off at like midnight because it was so warm in here. It's timber. So yeah, really cool. Really great. And that might be part of I was a railway brat. Dad was on the railway for 40 years. So this one has 3 singles, or 4 singles and a double. You could really reconfigure it into a dorm. So get rid of this one and have just bunks. Bang, 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 and with bunks. regardless, it's $500 a night. So you book 3, you book 30. Well, you can't book 30, but it's $500 a night. So what it is now, breakfast up here is sensational. We brought out the little tray. I'll just show you the little tray there, and sat here and simply enjoyed the peace and quiet. And I just can't say how amazing that was. Now, one Saturday night, this was chocker with cars Sunday morning. Over there, they don't use it for camping. There is accommodation for camping. Well, you've got those two sites, those two caravan sites. There's accommodation up at the, we'll call it showgrounds or sports ground. That's free. But yeah, they keep that as an open space, which is kind of cool. You know, if you're money hungry, you'd be throwing caravans on there, but yeah, they don't, which is just awesome. So you can see the new roof up there. Water tanks. It's all rainwater, and there is artesian, but the mine that was here, actually I'll close and lock that door. The mine that was here is not been very nice to the artesian, so the gold mine, that's closed, but there's talk of that reopening. So it's not drinkable water. On the odd occasion you've got to buy water in, but that's not a problem. It's not very expensive. And people are pretty good. There's signs that, you know, just limit your use of water as you do. So let's go out. I've come up and through now. Let's come up and go out across the road and have a look back. So this is the vacant land. So these are the 2 blocks. The one across the road where the Telstra box is, that's not included anymore. That would take it up to about 3,500 square metres. And really it was an unusual 3rd block to have because it's on the other side of the road. Now, there's the wagon, a 500 a night. Motorbike groups, cycling groups coming through, both coming from Canberra, going to the coast. This is where they stay. They all know they stay, and they're very good spenders in the restaurant. And this is where the pig racing, the wood chopping, the music, so the music down there, and all day I was here for an inspection, and they're dancing on the grass, so it's pretty cool. And this is just your line of trees. So there we have it. There we have Majors Creek Hotel. Very, very simple. Easy to come in with no experience. Easy to get a hand. You're going to make a few mistakes, but everything's in place now. It's just absolutely amazing to come in. Your kitchen's all taken care of. You've got a fantastic chef, and really it's a matter of building the groups coming through. And that's the part where social media now will take you to the next step. Murder mystery this weekend. You got Father's Day, you got wood chopping, you got pig racing, you've got live music over in the bandstand over there. It's kind of endless, and the amount of car groups from Canberra and Sydney. That this is only a 2.5 hour drive. I came out of Sydney this morning at 5 o'clock. So not too hard to get here and stay. A lot of Sydney siders have purchased around here. Now, if you're looking, I might say just one thing. If you're looking for buying the house and buying a lifestyle, so you're getting out of Sydney and you're selling for $3 or $4 or $5 million, there's a house in Wilson's Street, about $1 million. Fantastic lifestyle home on about 3,000 square meters. You buy that at, I think, about 1.2. This about the same. So for 2.4, you're just in heaven. And that's what Majors Creek's all about. Give me a call, Brian, 040-297-0217, Brian at brian@manusrealestate.com. Auction is the 31st of the 7th, and we've already had a mini auction last weekend. So things are really beginning to heat up, I suppose. Obviously, the offers were very close, but we've decided to go to auction at this stage, unless somebody else comes in marginally higher, and I think these vendors could be motivated to take an offer. So give me a call, give me an email, and we'll get you through, get an NDA signed, and I can get you all the documents sent to you. Bye for now.